Hello, everyone. I thought I would review the book Lord Jim by Joseph Conrad. Now, I actually read this book around a month ago, but I didn't review it because I'll just be perfectly honest, and this is just my own personal feeling about it, is that it was a slog to get through this book. Like I read it, but there were many portions of it where I was frankly, I'm not saying the book is bad. I'm just talking about my personal reaction to it. That's it, is that I found it to be somewhat boring in places. And I think that some of it was due to the fact that you have this character named Marlowe who was also the narrator of Heart of Darkness, which the narration in Heart of Darkness was very immersive. But for some reason in this book, it seemed more like I was reading a transcript, which kind of took me out of the story a bit. And now that's not to say that there isn't good writing in Lord Jim. There is. There's a lot of excellent descriptions and poetic phrases and things of that sort. However, they're 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 broken up in between what I found to be, frankly, a lot of rambling, and it's and but again, the story is about this man named Jim who was a sailor on this ship, and one day while a tempest was occurring, that the captain thought the ship was going to go down, so they abandoned the ship, and Jim went with him and basically left the other crewmen on the ship to die. But then it turned out that the ship was all right and that it survived. So then there was this trial, and Jim was basically determined by a lot of people to be a coward, and then he has to basically live with that guilt for the rest of his life. So that he ends up going to profession, and then when people find out who he is or that he's connected with that, he quits because he doesn't like the shame, and eventually he ends up being this tradesman in this made-up country, and he ends up fighting bandits, but he still can't shake the guilt. And mainly, though, I mean, the plot was fine. I just found that some of the interactions between some of the characters to be, I found them to be rather thin in some places, and that some of the characters really didn't seem to be fully fleshed out. Again, that's just how I felt reading it. Overall, this is a very mixed bag. It has a very tragic ending, and but I felt like though there was a disconnect because the narration sometimes felt more like a transcript. It didn't really seem immersive to me, and again though that's my own personal perspective. Maybe I'll go back and read this in a few years and have a different perspective, but that's how I feel at this point. It's a very mixed bag.